So this video is going to be like a little bit different. I just kind of wanted to share like my experience and just everything that kind of made me who I am, just kind of like in a spiritual level. I've had like a sort of like an awakening, and it definitely changed like my perspectives and my habits that I had for myself and built like new habits into it. Not to get like super deep into it, but basically 2 years ago, it's been super special for me. 2 years ago, this month in April, I went through like kind of like an ego death. I didn't take any drugs, anything like that. So I basically was like in a toxic relationship. And then after I broke it off, I used to go party. I partied for actually like 6 years. And partying definitely, it doesn't do anything good for you. With those 6 years though, I just repeated the same cycle over and over and over again. On the weekends, I would just wake up. When it's night, go out, party, repeat. Do that Friday, Saturday, and then I have to recover on Sunday. And then one of these times, I just decided that partying wasn't like for me anymore. And I decided to go on like my own little journey thing. I started trying to find myself. I went hiking. I kind of like isolated myself after we broke up or whatever. It probably wasn't a good thing, but basically what I did is that for about like 6 months, I just went and I just hiked everywhere. With that, I kind of built myself from doing that and like learning about myself, because I didn't have an identity. I didn't know what I liked, what I didn't like. Basically, my identity was that I partied and I didn't really know anything about myself. But since I turned to hiking, that's when I started building myself. I started figuring out, it's definitely makes you have like a positive mindset when you go hiking. Obviously, you're working out too. You're with nature. I feel like nature actually like heals you. And 3, it just got me into like positive thinking. Like the whole time I would just think of positive things. And I feel like I'm kind of like an introvert, so it just kind of felt good just to be alone, even though I went through that breakup. And a lot of people say go out with friends, whatever. For me, I turned to hiking. I feel like nature was a big part that actually healed me. It just helped me build this like awareness. When I started hiking, I started looking into other things. So I started going to the gym. That's about the time that I started going into the gym and started having like a positive mindset about it. With that, that's what kind of like brought into like the discipline and started building discipline that way. It just built me from not knowing who I was into building someone who has such a strong discipline and perspectives on things. It made me super aware of like what I want for myself and like the people around me. Like I realized that partying all the time wasn't good for like my mental health. Though those types of people, they go out and drink, they do drugs, are usually getting lots of charges, getting into fights. But when I started being alone, that's when I realized I wasn't supposed to be with those types of people. It brought to me like different perspectives of like how people live, the things I need to change about myself. I started being more conscious about what I should do for myself, and just brought this whole awareness to me of everything I want to do. I feel like when you become like awakened or whatever, I don't know what to call it exactly, but you could see the people. I feel like people are closed off minded because they don't see your point of view of things. I feel like people only know from the level of perception that they believe in. They don't believe going through with core beliefs, like fighting through core beliefs. They believe what they believe, obviously. Like with me, when I have like a core belief about myself, I actually like think to myself if it's actually true or not. But other people, they don't really like look into it. I feel like I question everything. I put into perspectives of everything that I'm learning and everything that I'm thinking of. I realized when you're growing your mindset, it's kind of like playing a piano. Like at first you don't really know, you have to learn about the different techniques and things to grow like your mindset, and you just have to keep training your brain to start thinking that way. Every time you train your brain to think that way, it gets easier and easier every time that you do that. I feel like when you're open-minded to things, I feel like you feel alone. I feel like you feel like a misfit. A lot of people don't have like the same mindset that you have. And so I feel like it's hard to connect to people on a different level. Like with this video, I probably sound like a delulu motherfucker, you know? I only know this because of like experiences and just growing into who I am to actually get through these things. People don't really get to experience what this feels like. And I feel like this is all for like inner work. It's all inner work that you have to do for yourself to experience and go through these things and basically have a breakthrough. I'm so grateful that I got this chance to go through this breakthrough. It's helped me teach people perspectives, mental health content. I have this private story that I teach mental health content. I kind of just give my perspectives. I just like helping people. It helps me shift people's brains into like a different perspectives. But not everyone's gonna get it. So you can't really force someone to go through these things or experience or understand the things that you're trying to talk about because they haven't went through the stuff that you've been through. So it's harder for them to understand what you mean about certain things. I'm very grateful for my experience that I've had through it. I definitely went through like a major breakthrough and motherfucker, bitch, now I fucking love myself. I love myself now. Before, I don't know, I didn't know anything about myself, but I'm very grateful I got to go through this experience and just, I feel crazy sometimes just talking about this type of things because a lot of people don't understand it. I only have very few people that I talk to that actually understand this type of things, but if you're going through these things, just know that you're not alone. Gives you a lot of awareness and perspectives of the world and just your mindset with everything. It's good to be super aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what your thoughts are. I'm very emotional and sensitive, but I feel like all those things are a very good thing for me. It helps me with like my decision making and just my perspective at all. Just know that you're not alone. This is just like a out there YouTube video I just wanted to make just to get all the fucking woo-woo out of me. I just been thinking about this so much. But if you relate, I'm here with you. But if you want to like and subscribe and follow my Patreon, please do. I'll see you guys later.